Hello, my name is Jeff Dix. I'm a product manager with Elsevier. I currently work on our e-platform of ScienceDirect, which is a publishing platform for research and technology information that publishes articles and books in an HTML format. It also has some dynamic content associated to that helps researchers find information that becomes useful to them in their case studies. What I'm talking to you today about is a case study that we did for ScienceDirect approximately 2 years ago. What it was is we had a poor performing system that was running at about 10 seconds per page in its delivery platform, and we felt that this was unacceptable, and our clients also felt that it was unacceptable, so we had to do something about it. ScienceDirect is a platform that started about 20 years ago, so it's a legacy system. So we had to start looking at, okay, what does that truly mean to us? What can we do at this point to improve this system? Can we rewrite it? Can we make changes to the current system? What do we need to do? Well, we found that rewriting the system from scratch was going to be very cost ineffective for us. We couldn't do it. So we had to come up with a way to try and take our current legacy C++ system and enhance it so that we can get performance out of it that we really need and that our customers need throughout the world. So what we did was we turned to some of the tried and true tested performance improvement processes. We looked at our JavaScript, how do we enhance all of that? We started to look at how can we reduce our payload sizes. We started looking at caching information. How do we cache? Where do we cache? What kind of stuff do we do? Do we use a CDN? What can we do to help? And then we started looking at the HTML itself. Can we dissect it in ways, paginate the information so that it would be useful for us to be able to deliver it in a paginated state or something. We started looking at route optimization techniques and companies out there to do all stuff for us. These were all great, but where it came unique for us is that with this legacy system also came a lot of business rules and a lot of static rules that were in place that we had to work with. And I'm sure a lot of other companies out there also run into these type of legacy rules that they have within their systems. So it doesn't make it easy for them to just put everything in place at one time. They've got to fight these business rules as we did. So this way this case study becomes unique and can be helpful to the Velocity Conference in October of this year. So what we did was we had to try and find ways. We had authentication rules that we had to find out who our users were. We had to be able to authenticate each person because we give them different deliveries based on their authentication. We also had different business rules. So we have different business rules for what would be a student, a researcher, or even our corporate market accounts. So we had to fight on making decisions on those rules and how can we deliver different pages according to those. So it became unique for us in the sense that we started trying to find ways to be able to cache information, pieces of information. We didn't have to cache the whole thing, so we did certain tried and true practices of caching, and then as the information came through, we put it back together and sent it to the user. We started delivering pages in a paginated state. Well, what we did was also divide the information in that pagination so that we could piece things back together with different tag markers that we had put into these paginated fragments. So there's a lot of information that we may have that becomes useful for you at the Velocity Conference that other companies that have to fight these same battles that we have fought along the way, whether they be business rules or authentication rules. So it would be good information that we could provide to them. Along our way, we always had to find true measurement points. We had to be able to back up what we were saying and what we were doing within the system. So what we decided to put in place is we used RUM to start to gather data points. We were using a lot of the standards, the time to first byte, or PGI, the page interaction, or PGL, which are normal standard terms in the industry today. We've also decided to develop new beacons within our system. So we've placed markers within our system that helps us measure our successes and our failures throughout the delivery of our pages. So we feel that this is good information that we could also provide to a lot of the Velocity Conference users, allowing them to see how they can tag their data in a certain way in order to be able to measure their successes the same that we have. Everything that we do is fact-based in order for us to be able to continue with our performance improvements over the next 2 to 3 years. What we've done this case study has been take a system that was running somewhere around 10 seconds per page, and we've dropped it 85% in the past 2 years. So we have a lot of great information that we think we can provide to the attendees at the next Velocity Conference in October if you'd like to invite us. So if you feel it would be some good information, please give me a call. We'll be glad to speak with you and see if we're a great match to help make this Velocity Conference in New York a successful one. Thank you.